Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the June 2023 edition of the St. Lawrence County Chamber's Lunch and Learn webinar series. I am Laura Pearson, Workforce Development Coordinator for the St. Lawrence County Chamber. This month's educational webinar series is made possible by the generous support of St. Lawrence University and Clarkson University, who are leadership circle supporters of the St. Lawrence County Chamber. I would also like to thank Ben Dixon, Executive Director of the St. Lawrence County Chamber, for his tech support and assistance during this webinar. Before I introduce today's presenter, I want to run through a few items. First, your mics have been muted and your webcams have been disabled. But if you have any questions throughout the presentation, please feel free to type them into the chat window and we will do our best to answer them. Please note that this session is being recorded. After the presentation is complete, we will open the floor for Q&A. We do keep the webinar to 1 hour so you can get back to work. If you are interested in presenting or have a topic you would like to see us present, contact us. Our topic today, hiring Generation Z, is focused on helping your generation, their different experiences, expectations, and values, so you can recruit, hire, and retain them in your workforce. This webinar will be an overview of the general characteristics of Gen Z, help you understand their motivations and what is important to them. The goal of this webinar is to provide an overview of this population and discuss some hiring and retention strategies for your business. I would like to introduce our presenter, Julie Parkman, Director of Career Services at SUNY Canton. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you very much. So I Ben put in chat a certain brief survey. So I'd like to survey our audience to kind of come from a perspective of which generation you belong to. So we can. Cactus Sunday just said they can't hear anything.
It must be on your end, Cactus, because everybody else hear us?
Oh, okay. Great. People are doing the survey, so that's great. Yes, and Catherine says yes, we can, and Sherry says yes. Super. So if you take a second, that would be fabulous. To just figure out where we're from. Could I have screen control? And we can actually then see, hopefully. Okay. Share screen. Got it. Hopefully, and share. We got a screen up there?
Yeah.
Yay! Okay. All right. So we got some Gen Xers here. That's good. No Gen Zs yet. A millennial, 2 baby boomers, and that's great. So we got 7. Just so we have some perspective. I'm also a Gen Xer. It was very interesting doing some research. I can honestly tell you, as Director of Career Services, I have noticed I've been in career services for 10 years, or 9. So I worked with the young millennials in my beginning of my career as career services, and then I worked. We've transitioned into the Gen Zs, and there is a difference. There's a specific difference that I've noticed working with these young people, and it used to be probably one of the common things that millennials got hit with, and the 2 people that are in the audience that are millennials, since this is not individualized, was that they tend to be more laid back and tend to not be as go-getters. Well, there's a bit of information, and I will restate this in the last slide that I showed. The Gen Zs are as ambitious and outgoing as baby boomer generation, which was considered the most ambitious generation.
Well, can you define, we got a question, can you define the generation?
Very good. So baby boomers are born up until 1964, 65. Gen X's are from 65 to 1980. And millennials are up until 1995 is when Gen Xers start year of birth. Did that help? Hopefully. Great. I should put years on that. I'm sorry. Thank you. You can know yourself in the future for that. Great. I really appreciate everybody responding. This is good. We're at 12 people, and we have, I think we have 18 we had the last time. I checked in here, but that's there. It's nice. Okay. Well, we'll move on. Thank you for those who are giving me. So we're looking at many of us, majority of us tend to be Gen Xers, so that's good. But baby boomers are there too. Sorry. Okay. So Gen Z and millennials now make up 46% of the workforce. It workers. It includes every employer, and this goes from the resources that I have on the last page here. I'm happy to share that with anybody who's looking to watch more reading. But it came from Harvard Business Review, Forbes, a research study that actually was based in Eastern Europe, as well as Gallup, which is the Gallup poll. Has a whole bunch of research on lots of different things, and working other generations are just one of them. So it starts that you're all hearing you. They're the ones who are going to be taking care of us, baby boomers and Gen X. So we want to know them. So these are some of the words that describe Gen Zers. They're dynamic. They believe in social responsibility. They are a generation starting in 1995. That grew up completely integrated technologically. So technology means a lot to them, and it's more than just them being on their phones all the time, talking, whatever. That is part of who they are and how they use and how they work. That's something that we, as older adults, or as another generation, need to understand. They can be a great resource for us to help transition us into more efficiency, more seeing the world in a different perspective that we haven't done. They are emotional. They are innovative. They are ambitious. They are more tolerant than we are. They are very dynamic. Transparency is a very high value. These are just some of the things we're going to get into a little further on what it means in the workplace to them. They're creative for that. So Gen Zers, some of the negatives or challenges that we have. They're not as prepared for the realities of the workplace, especially regarding salaries. However, since the pandemic, the salaries we all are aware that it's much more competitive salaries, in combination with demand and minimum wage being increased has affected salaries. So they're becoming a little more understanding of that. But there is some gaps in there. They really want a flexible program. So that's important to them. They may have the ability to work different hours. They may be more creative in those working hours. Sometimes we have to incorporate that in there. That's something to think about. It takes a little more time to acclimate to a work environment. They may take a study area was taking up to 6 months to a year. So their transition and training period and need for support needs to be understanding that. They will use their cell phones. You can use that for the power of good. So sometimes I will tell you, my husband takes care of the trees at Clarkson, and he has 2 interns, and where he's not the greatest, is technology. These two interns have been amazing on GPS and all the traces, especially they've been wanting to do. And whereas they got the technology side, he's teaching them how to identify them. And it's really, I haven't heard any reason to really excited about that. So that's a good example for that. Also, again, going back to the ambition, since the baby boomers, they want to advance. So it's very important for them while they're acclimating to to the work environment to have an understanding of their potential to advance. Okay, attracting, motivating, and retaining. We think we need them. How do we get them? And how do we keep them? Recruiting and keeping does require active strategy. There are times, and I'll be really honest with you, employers in the past have relied on their name and their reputation to gain employees applying. That has worked for them well. It's not always working recently. As career service director, that's what I've seen. Just if you haven't shot in a career for a couple of years, this new generation may not know you for that. And if you're not on social media of some sort, putting it out there, they may not recognize you. They are looking for employers who are honest, they're branding, they're transparent about the short-term rewards, and they're allowing flexibility. Those are some of their values for that.
Julie, I've lost access to the waiting room. Can you get people in?
Absolutely.
Just the participants and the middle button. Sorry about that.
There we go. Okay, cool. Sorry, that was a big fault. So, okay, thank you for those who just joined us. So this slide that you have in front of you right now is actually from Gallup. They surveyed this generation, multiple generations, and they divided millennials into two sections. And they surveyed them for engagement, burnout, stress, like generation. Now, Gen Z is noted that millennials by far have more stress or identify more stress as a major factor than the baby boomers or Gen Z. They're also higher when it comes to burnout and percentage, they lower the percent of engagement. So these are some of the challenges that if you're a Gen X or baby boomer manager, that you have adapted to burnout and stress and maintaining engagement. This is something that the younger millennials and Gen Zs don't have challenges with for that. So that is something that they are looking for your employer to help ease that and build into that. Okay. This is also Gallup survey. So I looked what do employers by each generation of employees look for in employers. It's a really interesting slide. Basically, well-being is mirrored in the first two with millennials, young millennials, and Gen Z, and older millennials. So employees' well-being, number one. Ethical leadership, number two. They diverge here. Number three, for the young millennials and Gen Z, they want a diverse and inclusive of all people environment. And in older millennials, it's openness and transparent, and many of them are the same or overlap. Gen Xers and baby boomers, we were identical in that ethical leadership, number one, well-being, number two. We flip those two, and financial stability is number three for us. You will note that millennials and Gen Zers are not as concerned about financial stability of the organization. This can contribute, I believe, to their willingness to jump ship much sooner than we would have been told Gen Xers or baby boomers. If they're not happy in a company, they will move on for it. They don't have that same security need as we do, the Xers and the boomers for that. It's very tight. However, this also tells that our top two are the same: ethical leadership, well-being. So that's a commonality we share amongst the generations. And in light of the previous slide, the stress, well-being is really important. Okay. So ethical leadership, what does that mean to them? The research that I've done, it's not about doing the minimum. It really is not, or executive factors. It's about putting it into action. They want net positive. They want to know what they're doing makes a difference in the world. That's kind of different than the Xers or the baby boomers. They really want to have a connection to making the world a better place, natural world. Gen X and Zs also retaliate, and they attribute that they want to be proud of who they work for and the jobs they do. So it's a bills that's similar but a little different. Transparency, that came up in the older millennials. I think honestly the Xers would probably put that at number 4, is very important. It's not just that words, it needs to be there. So press the verify, that's an Xers thing. They want more facts and data, third party, they want to feel confident in their leadership, both in communication and the way things are actually implemented. The other thing that came by the research is that they are looking for powers of example in their leaders. They want to look up to their leaders, they want their leaders as mentors, and that's that whole thing going back to they may need longer mentorship process because of that. So they're looking for genuineness along with the transparency. Okay, diverse and inclusive workplace. Now that doesn't always mean about race, and especially up here, we're not as diverse as other places when it comes to race, but we certainly are diverse when it comes to things like male, female, people on the spectrum, lots of people from different areas. That's what they're looking for. This is a first generation that has really had diversity and inclusion as priority in their education. Brought forth. What it also means is respect for the individual. So it's respect, equity, and inclusion. And that's something you see. You see it out in America now. They're voting for it. They're using purchase power, and they're using their power as an employee who they'll look for, if they're not happy, they'll look for something else, especially more so on the line. That if something a company does that offends one of their values, they will start looking. They're straight. Young people want to be appreciated for unique contributions, and they want to feel respected. So the days of having to earn your keep to pay your dues is not the same view as these young people have. They feel that what they're if they're committed to your organization, they want to be heard with how they can contribute. They want to see a future with how they can play a part in that. That is how you're going to engage them in your mission. Respect and recognition from every direction: peers, managers, policies, systems, and leaders. The hierarchy is there, but it's not in the same traditional way that we have in the past. Okay, so well-being. 2020 pandemic, the last 3 years has certainly brought to the foreground how important it is to have a physically healthy staff and emotionally healthy staff. And if you're not seeing that, I'm going to say you're behind the times on this one. They need it. Going back to that stress number, well-being is really important. This generation is isolated. That's a reality. This is the first one that's been brought up in technology. You have the last 3 years to it. They are reporting, and this was from Harvard Business Review, among workers aged 18 to 22, 73% report sometimes always feeling lonely. That's a hard statistic to overcome. And when you think about it, their work community is the community that they are most connected to. In addition, some of them are coming out with massive loans, student loans that keep. And if you think about even here in the North Country, how much housing has gone up, that's an additional stress level. It is something to keep in mind with well-being, with your company programs. It is something for you to listen to your incoming or new people, employees, to hear what they're saying. And in some cases, maybe even the chamber can figure out some ways of helping the smaller businesses who can help with the socialization, opening up activities along those lines to get that feeling of isolation away from young people. I will tell you, as a college, this year's been a year of transition with face-to-face. And spring is much better than fall. When we first started doing it, people were hesitant. They are starting to come back out again. So maybe hopefully we'll start seeing that improve. Yeah, all the generations want well-being, and need to have that connection for well-being. And honestly, I do think if any of us really reviewed ourselves these last 3 years, we've been under stress. We've been lonely at times as well too. And we have seen, our wellness taken, maybe have to take back a few steps, I'm sure, to evaluate. Okay, so what can you do? Number one, all the research and community strategy. Do you place emphasis on well-being? Is there a working process that addresses ethics in a meaningful way? Are your managers demonstrating ethical behavior in how you want to have it? How transparent are your leaders, especially the communication downstream, and open for advancement and promotion, and addressing inclusivity, different ideas, different people. Those are things that if you can review your strategy, take a look at those. I really think that this is an area where people, whether have a formalized program or an informal program, having somebody to provide feedback is one thing every single thing says about this generation. They need feedback. They like feedback. They want constructive two-way feedback. And they will respond to that. It goes back to again, that being a very ambitious generation. They want to be coached. They want to develop as a person, as a professional. They want their manager to care about them. They want to have them actively engaged in their career growth, and they want to see potential for growth there as well. So I think establishing a mentor program with several mentors if you need be, but to answer and address those would be especially helpful. Coach managers to communicate. Now, we all know some people are really good. It's communication. Some people are. Sometimes it's the best thing to say you're not the best, but this is what I'm trying to do. The power of example of leadership. But if your managers aren't talking to their staff about the values, then it's not happening at your company level. They need to be able to believe that the managers care about them as people and set expectations for ethical, inclusive behavior. And this I think is really important. They need to have a culture that with a leader that is failure tolerant. I really liked that. These young people, as workers, are willing to do their job. They're willing to make mistakes, but they do not want to be harshly treated with that. It needs to be okay to make a mistake, to learn from that mistake, and move on. As an institutional mindset, is really what people are saying. Are saying. Okay. I think I've already said this, but again, individualism is really important when it comes to their inclusivity. So involving in challenging projects, developing potentially if there was a need for a flexible work schedule. And I don't mean not working, but maybe they work more productively from 10 to 6 or 7 to 3, that kind of thing. Working from home a couple of days of the week, that may need to have a conversation between you and the staff member to see what is their most productive. Developing a personalized career plan, things like internal transfers, opportunities to advance, room for autonomy, so they want to take ownership of their projects. That kind of feeds back with their need to wanting to do meaningful work, which is the following one, and also to be recognized when they've done a good job for that. Use their power of technology for your good, like the earlier example I gave. Let them help overcome organizational challenges using technology. They can see things better than we can. Let them think out of the box. Let them help the generation. They are very tolerant. They're a very dynamic generation. They can help the older generations with technology to get over that fear. And social media is important. People are now saying that one study I read said that TikTok doing ad recruiting on TikTok was very successful and much cheaper than newspaper publishing. Instagram is also a great resource. If you don't have some kind of social media presence, they won't even necessarily find you. They will go to social media before they go to the web to do a search. That is how used to they are with that. Matter of fact, I just worked with students. And I'm like, no, don't go there. Google it. Good, I'm going through the slides. This is good. Gen Z's parents were more truthful in telling their offspring, you're going to have a really tough time out there. You have to work super hard, which they say created the most competitive generation in the workforce since the baby boomers. I will tell you, these students, these young people have a work ethic. Their work ethic is combined. It's just not within the same parameters that the X's or baby boomers are. And in reflection, they're the oldest in Gen Z have already seen a recession, a war on terrorism, politics at their worst, a global pandemic, and potentially another recession if we're, certainly this inflation. They've been through an awful lot in a short period of time. That is forming who they are. And they're because of the technology, they're not as protected as we were when we were younger, which may also increase their stress for it. But that's what we're dealing with, and that's what we need to know. Working with them on my end as helping them find jobs with career people, I find them to be amazing. I'm happy if they're going to be the ones to take care of me when I'm old. And I think they're wanting to do good in this world, and if we can harness that, I think it'll be a good thing for us. So I'm gonna let Ben take this back over and open to questions.
Okay, just a moment while I get us all.
Those are my resources.
Awesome. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Julie. I am going to get us back to our other PowerPoint. Can you say that right?
Yes.
All right. So, Laura, do you want to take over from here with Q&A and other things?
Sure. What type of programs can employers look for well-being? Do they have that employee, what is that, employee program, what is that called?
Yes, EAP. EAPs will actually do a lot depending on how you can tap into it. I do think I would refer to anyone to if you're working with an outside HR firm to look for references there. A lot of wellness research say that at the level. I don't care if it's some people bring in a Reiki kind of thing for a day or whatever, that kind of massage, yoga, physical activity. We have local gyms around here. If there's some ways of negotiating some discounts for members, because not everybody can be in that, I think that would be really helpful. There are I'm sure there are ways of trying to tap into nutritional services. We've got great nutritionists down in Watertown, but she does telehealth, which is great. And some insurance programs will cover it. I would find out what your insurance programs more and more are doing wellness awareness. Just even having once a month kind of special lunch and learn types of seminars for your own employees that have yoga or there's Tai Chi, which is definitely when you do yoga. But Tai Chi is wonderful, and I'm sure it was beneficial. Tai Chi is very good. So you can be willing to work within that.
It'll be ideas. We do not just do for everybody. Everybody works. Really help out your business and make it a phenomenal place to work for everybody. With longevity for your employees.
We just test them. This is not for patient. But other concerns. It could customer service.
It costs so much money for employers to advertise, recruit, interview, hire somebody. Now you have them work out. That's leave and start the process over. It hates to do. If you keep our employees, better employees, then they'll stay longer. They'll be happier. They'll do their jobs. They'll come work with a smile on their face. It's just the best of everything.
Well, especially if you can tag well-being with opportunities to community within your company or in the environment here. That I think are two really important retention devices at the same time.
Start a volunteer program, which is community. Being a part or volunteer event like us. There's all kinds of ways to give back to the community, and that's good for your employees to see your company doing that. It's a win-win, I think. Are there any questions?
I have received a couple questions through the chat, and as a reminder to people that you can use the chat to ask your questions. So it's two questions in this submission. The first is if you could speak further to why Gen Z are more stressed out, what those drivers are. And the second question deals with what are the drivers for Gen Z in terms of their expectations of respect and recognition, and the person asking did express some concern about that relative to the amount of work they're doing. So there are your whole questions, Julie, for some meetings.
So with regard to the stress factor, I think it was attributed to the fact that the world opened up. These young people were born into a time where everything globally is informed from them. So their heightened level of intelligence is coming everywhere. They are fully aware and they can have news at any time. Yes, some of it is due to this for that. So that's stressful. I also think they are more in tune with their physical and mental health than previous generations due to our whole evolution as a society. So those are two things combined for that. And with again, some of the things that just said, and they can't get away from this. This is absolutely right. If you don't encourage it, or not, we have our own issues with that. We can't turn off. So they're born into that. In regards to the less drivers of recognition and workload, is that what it was? Remind me of that.
So yeah, the question was really how and why are young adults expecting respect and recognition even if they're not doing as much as they could be?
Well, that is a question demonstrates the tension of the generations of not understanding each other. So forgive me for that. So I guess my first comment would be, were the expectations clearly laid out to the person of the generation? In that because there may be some assumptions being made there. This is the communicated specifically and clearly to, so they can then respond and meet those goals when addressed. The other layer is that respect isn't earned in this generation. Respect is something they believe every person should be given initially. That is the difference, major difference in our generations. I think that that is a challenge for the generation to have worked through this, and I think some self-reflection. I would suggest strongly of having an open conversation in detail with specific examples of where you feel they are not carrying their weight in a manner that does also reflect that tolerance of failure, but wanting to improve. Everything I can say, but learning from that is the key. It's the other piece. So it's okay. It's okay with how do we do this different going forward. Retraining. Now, we are speaking generalities right now in it. So you need to reflect on, is the person just not ready for that, or is there something deeper going on here? So my suggestion would be to my suggestion would be very much sit down and talk to them, express your expectations clearly. They may ask you why, so you can answer that as well for rationale, and go forward and then evaluate. But allow them to fail, but try to plan to repeat. When I was with students, especially, I always tell them to look for patterns of behavior. Patterns of behavior indicate whether or not this is a one-off thing or it's a chronic thing that needs to be addressed. And as I said here, I've experienced different special testing between generations. Can you speak to that? Yes, yes, there is very different. And COVID has changed everything, most particularly with the hybrid work. It has definitely changed, and it will probably continue to change. So some of us who are looking for a more traditional business suit environment need to express that that's the expectation. I will tell you that we have a professional clothing fair, even donations become more casual for it. That's the invitation technically. But again, my encouragement is always dialogue, honesty about everything. If you have a good rationale, then and share with that. Because you excited because one of the things you know is who's and not hiding like so that's the thing that culture maybe to evaluate, but it's more important to have a great customer service who stop medication does it too, or just having to all the time not feeling that they're able to do this out again, individualism being expected.
I received a question usually. I just want to share mindful thing. Let's see. I got does this generation have used people tattoos? And second question, is this generation more fearful because of the global events building our stations?
I would say this generation is just not necessarily more anxious because of the experience to witness. This generation on a regular basis, not at a young age, that is not doesn't have that trauma. With regards to entitlements, that is something that was used more appropriately when describing millennials, and even then I think millennials would view that as offensive. This generation is not about entitlements. They may not understand expectations when it comes to salaries, but if you explain them, they will. Number two, they have a strong work ethic. This is different. They were raised by parents, mostly Gen Xers, who and late or young baby boomers, who know what it means to work, and they need to work. So I do not think I think you want to reflect on entitlement. It's different. They'll expect you to explain it to them, and they'll expect you to have facts to support your decision. But that isn't necessarily the same as entitlement.
Okay, if there are any other questions, last call. I'm going to make a comment, Julie, just echo something that Laura said that really struck me while you were giving this presentation about how the things that can be done in a that a business leader can do to attract and retain Generation Z workers is very applicable and beneficial to all generations of employees in the organization. When you work to improve the environment of employee well-being, when you work to increase transparency, ethical leadership, inclusivity, mentorship, communication, all those things are beneficial to your entire employee body. So I was struck by how much of a kind of a business leadership template you laid out there. So, and I would be remiss if I did not note that some of those topics of things that can be done to help you attract and retain Generation Z employees are actually subject matter for the St. Lawrence Leadership Institute. The St. Lawrence Leadership Institute program that the Chamber does, we administer it, but it's the State Board of Directors that teaches leadership skills, has issues awareness, and networking. Those are the 3 pillars of a 9-month class for 9 months. So I will put a link to that program in the chat, but it can visit slc.com/LLI. And hopefully I can just steal some of Laura's thunder there. But it was something that just really struck me as I was reading or hearing all the things you had to say.
Well, I think too. I think honestly, honestly, other points. Yeah, I think that the expectation of people are respected. That is definitely Gen Z. And maybe it's a little different with entitlement, but yes, I think they are coming out that all people need to be respected from the get-go, and that earning respect is something that's not seen. And that's a result of the whole societal change. It's like always piece for many of our generations. Generation. In many ways, not saying yes, there's some people who are more structure, etiquette, all that other stuff. We replace all those words. These things are not doing that, so that is a change for us. And in some ways, I look at it like, good for them.
I'm sure that everybody on this Zoom has worked for a manager who was not a good manager, who did not know how to communicate, did not know what they needed to do to be a good leader, and it's frustrating. And good for them for speaking, to be able to speak up and say, I'm better than this. I don't deserve this.
And they'll eat. They're pretty quick.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your I appreciate you spending your time sharing this today. I hope everybody learned something from it. We will have that. Julie will send me the handles, please, and we will have the YouTube link up on our YouTube channel. It's down downloading. It takes a little while, so be patient. And I will send that out to everyone who's on the call or who's registered for the event. I hope this hour was valuable to you and provide useful information on how you can successfully hire and retain Gen Z employees and other employees as well. I would like to thank Clarkson University and St. Lawrence for sponsoring this webinar series. Follow and like our Facebook page to stay updated with what's happening at the chamber. To register for our next webinar, which will be scheduled in August, coming soon. We encourage you our webinars in the Lunch and Learn series by going to slcchamber.org and clicking archive webinars in the right-hand menu. Oh, here.